Yes, what's going on, people? Back up north with a man who needs no introduction, one of the channel's favourites, Paddy Conroy. Paddy, how you doing, my friend?
Doing okay. That's normal.
Loving life?
Wait, I wouldn't say that.
So much happens in such a short period of time in this YouTube world. It's only been about, I think, 8 to 10 weeks since I seen you last time, but it's so hard to even keep up with it all.
What do you mean? Okay,
well, there's all this, like, trying to follow the story and everything that's attached.
My story.
Yeah, it's insane. So I don't even watch everyone else's. I watch your lives at night just to try and, because I've got to do all my sort of stuff during the day, and then I just watch your live for a little bit at night and try and catch up with whatever's going on.
When anybody wants to admit or promote, my story is, I've passed the lie detector test, proving that I'm the only man in the world to be wrongfully imprisoned and convicted twice over in one lifetime, right? But I'm claiming it's not twice with me, it's 9 times. And the reason I've spent so many wrongful imprisonments has been due to wrong intelligence getting fed on murder cases. And that's what we're dealing with on the internet, these very murder cases, which has caused my 9 wrongful imprisonments. And I've proven it by top lie detector test already. That I'm the only man in the world who's been wrongfully convicted and imprisoned twice over in one lifetime. I'm that one man now. But it's 9 times, it's not twice. But we'll get to that in the future.
Of course.
But it's doing all these murders what I'm arguing with the internet now. Especially Viv's murder. See if they get nicked and put on trial for Viv's murder tomorrow, the people who have done it. Who do you think they're going to blame for the murder, like?
Of course.
Same as Freddie's murder and all the other murders. They're preparing to blame me in case they do get nicked.
Yeah, so obviously since last time, Anna got quite a lot of attention.
Team Anna.
Team Anna, obviously, we're on Anna's side. And
there's a good team at North East team behind her now.
Yeah, and so obviously from there, Cookie then got in touch with her, and Cookie then said he was willing to do a lie detector.
Aye. Oh, well, let's turn this fucking thing off. Go on.
And then he's ended up since then, unfortunately. And you said, yep, if he's willing to do one, you're willing to do one, no problem.
Aye.
I then got in touch with the people who could do it.
Yeah.
And since then, unfortunately, Cookie has since pulled out of it and said he didn't want it on my channel. But like I said to him, it wasn't necessarily going on my channel at all. And it was just something that Anna asked me to facilitate. It could quite easily have been on my channel, your channel, and his channel. There's no issue there at all. But unfortunately, he hasn't.
The issue was you were just trying to help Anna out.
I was just trying to help Anna out.
That's what he was trying to make out that he was doing.
Yeah. So, but he did say he wanted to meet me before this. This was at one point, but then I said, look, I live in London. It's too far. I'm not coming up to meet you before it. We come up and facilitate the lie detector, and that's it. You know.
Well, now that he's getting us into it, not only because he's already getting us into it, I'll fulfil my side of it by taking a lie detector test over what Cookie told me.
Alright, fair play.
What people didn't understand is Cookie's just one piece of the jigsaw here who's painting a picture against me for this murder. You've got the actual murderers whose podcast are starring on, you know what I mean? Because that's their podcast, isn't it?
100%.
You've got them in court blaming me for these murders. I've stood in court myself and listened to them come out in evidence where they're blaming me with their own mouths when they're on that oath. That's a bit people didn't see. You've got that Ben cops behind them blaming me, the murder squad. Same cops who are fucking in charge of the fucking Viv murder. They've been doing armed robberies with these fucking people, etc. Drugs and biggest fucking villains up. Yeah, the fucking crime squad. Nagrasses, fucking what? If the truth ever comes out, you know, like them London cops who got investigated. Exactly the same as went on up here. They've all had it together back then. See, that's how this lot and that lot are all. Now they were doing armed robberies and the Metropolitan Police now and drugs and all that. That's how this lot's exactly the same. And they're all working together. When my enemy's old man got shot in the head off Bobby Stoker, and he gave evidence in the wholesale committal, the head of this gang admitted he was working for the Metropolitan Police Special Operations Units in evidence. My auntie was there listening. That's head of the gang then. It's passed on to the son now. But he said the father's still around, do you know what I mean? I come out in Friday night's murder trial that the dad's friends with this cop from the local Freemason lodge. This is why this cop pretends he's come to court, because it's his brethren's son, you know what I mean? And he doesn't want to see an injustice done. He guns against Northumbria police, he does. This superintendent, Freemason, friend of the dad's from the lodge. So I'm up against all that. Them, the actual murderers, and Cookie and Glover. Glover's actually made a proper confession of this. And he's just trying to change his story now, just like Cookie's trying to change his story on his committing suicide in prison. He's changed it to an escape story with Dennis Nielsen. And he Glover's doing the same.
Crazy.
Glover's made the confession now. He's made the confession.
Some story.
Glover's made the fucking confession. He's give details only someone involved could have known. He has. And then he didn't get the deal at court. It all went fucking pear-shaped. At my trial it did for him. And he backed out of deals that he'd done and different things, but he made the confession. That's the problem. He made the fucking confession, and he's given details only someone involved in the murder could have known. So no matter what went on, or how crooked it was, what went on between Glover and the cops then, when they'd done this, he's give details only someone involved could have fucking known, and they can't get away from that, can they? And this is why they've now got Glover saying, see, you got the details of Conroy. See, you got the details they've got now to move it away. To move them details away onto me.
Crazy.
So you've not only got Glover saying, I've given these murder details on the Viv murder on their podcast show. You've now got his good friend, Cookie, now saying I've asked him to commit perjury on the Viv Graham murder case against the Winter Hill Gang. We're not saying Conroy's done it, mine, but he's asked to do all this and he's given these murder details, but we're not saying he's done it. Who the fucking kidding? Who the fucking kidding? They're part of a big conspiracy that's going on between the actual murderers, that podcast channel, in themselves, for whatever reasons. Glover's made the confession, so he's just trying to get out of it. Why Cookie's doing it? He's friendly with Glover, you know.
But so obviously about 10 weeks ago when I came up, you had just been arrested for that other sort of the madness to your enemy's house getting smashed up, or the
headquarters.
Yeah, the headquarters.
Aye.
Has there been any further action by the police? Obviously, you didn't get released on bail or nothing, did you? Did you get
They tried to release us on bail, like everyone else. I just refused it.
Would you get released like that pending inquiry?
Aye, I got that. They could do that with us.
Under investigation.
Aye, they do that with us.
Bail, under investigation.
But everybody else got bailed.
Yeah, that's what I released these for. It's not like it's a.
Yeah, but I've only done that because I refused a fucking bail, man.
And so that you haven't heard more back from then since then.
Not yet, but I didn't think. No, not yet.
And obviously, it looks like
they've still got my car and that. They've still got all my computer and cameras and everything they've took off us. They haven't returned anything yet.
Headache, and that sounded like. Obviously, then it looked like it was an isolated incident, but since then that looked like it was the start of a campaign of terror against them. The enemies have had a few problems with other businesses.
Fucking hell, man! It's been a fucking.
They had the place in town blown up recently.
All our business premises have went up in flames all over the northeast. Big yards and yard after yard, and our son's.
So they sound like they've got bigger problems than worrying about you at the moment.
They've
got certain enemies that are coming for them in a big way at the moment.
I think it's like most of the northeast have turned against them.
Yeah, suddenly when the tide turns, suddenly it's.
They've been on top for a long time, with whatever means they've been on top, and they've been fucking bad fucking people. Even though they've been on top everywhere they can, the whole lot of them, bad, intimidating. They use it against every cunt. Fear against every cunt. Something I've never ever done. Or any people around me.
Bullies.
Aye. None of them can fight that out. They're not themselves. It's none of them at all. The family. They've always got to have someone there to do that bit fighting and front things for them.
Yeah.
Always got a front man. If you look at that history. Can we back to the Cray twins? That's when they brought the Cray twins up at the beginning.
Didn't Viv work for them at one point?
Yeah. Till he got a bit jail with them.
And then he told him to fuck off.
And then he come out and tell him to fuck off because he got jail nicked with him and whatnot.
And, you know, was Viv a criminal? Because obviously you're going to see Anna later. Was Viv a criminal? Was he
just
a door?
I would
somebody
say
behind
he's
the
just
doors?
on the fringes, you know what I mean?
But you know the doors at those times there, like at the moment it's all completely legit. But you know people who run the doors in cities at that time there, it's sort of always connected to the criminal underworld. In London it was anyway. Was it up these ways? So did you have to be sort of half 1 foot in and 1 foot out the criminal world to even run.
Back in the day, until they've took over the licences, back in the day it was like that.
And so
and it's sort of now the owners and things like that.
Did Viv have a big door firm up here, did he? Where he sort of ran a lot of the doors?
Yeah, he had about 10 doormen that used to follow him about if he had two. So he must have done.
And so was he just more of a hard man than a criminal? He weren't a gangster, he was just a hard man.
I always thought he was on the straight and fucking narrow, to me, to be honest. I've never known him to do any crime.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Other than when he's with the Searsies. And he's getting nicked with Suey Watson and whatever they got up to. I don't know what they got up to.
Yeah, so then when he came...
But I haven't personally never known him to do any crime.
Yeah. You just knew him as a tough guy bouncer.
Sort of doorman.
Fair enough. And so I'm going back to your situation then. What's your plan at the moment then? So you obviously... The murders and all that, Don Graham, that's all been put on hold.
I was going to ask you that. What did you write to Don Graham?
No, I didn't. I've been useless.
No, did you not write?
Well, you told me that it's all on hold in that at the moment.
No, I didn't. You said you'd wrote.
Well, so what's the situation? Do you want me to? I'll write.
I tell you the fucking last time to write.
I will write to him. And so, what's this next stage for you then?
Well, I was just trying to get things in place for case I do get things sorted out.
So what's the next thing you want to do? The lie detector test then?
I want to do the cookie thing just because I'm into it now, out of me fucking tits.
Yeah, I don't think you need to, but fair
and get it out of the way. And then I want to deal with the lies that was spread about us at the Dave Courtney show by lie detector test. And then I want to deal with all the murders after that by proper top lie detector test, lie detector test, everything today, everything after that.
And
including Glover coming to my front door. See, Glover saying I give him their murder details. I can take a lie detector test, proving that he come to my front door. If I pass the lie detector test, it'll prove it, obviously. And there's other witnesses to the fact that he come to my front door. And he told me they wanted him to shoot Viv. And I tell him I have nothing to do with it. And he's went and told the police this woman. I've got the paperwork. But when went and told the police, he hasn't told the police the truth, same as he didn't tell the police the truth when he shot the caravan up in Gateshead. He went and blamed Brian Cockrell and Speedy for that shooting. It wasn't Brian Cockrell or Speedy, it was fucking him. But he went and reported to the police it was him while he's working for the police.
I think he's...
So I'm just saying, he's done the same now. I'm just pointing out he's done exactly the same when he come to my front door. Yeah. When he's went back and reported it. He hasn't told the true facts.
No, this guy...
But he has agreed. He has told the police that he come to my front door and told me that he'd been asked to shoot Viv, and I told him I have nothing to do with it. It's in the paperwork. So if he's going to my door, telling me that they've asked him to shoot Viv, and I can pass the lie detector test proving that, and he's already telling the police this, Glover, while he's working for the cops. That would prove, how could the fuck can I give him the fucking murder details if he's involved in the fucking murder? How could he? How could I? If he's involved and he's even telling the fucking police before the murders happened that I've asked him, well, he's been working with the police. At some point, before he confessed, he went and reported it to the police. And he told them, I'll show you the paperwork. He's went and told the police, come to my front door to get the nod to do it, or my blessings. And I tell him not to do it.
Fuck's sake.
And I did. I tell him not to do it.
Good.
And then he says to the police, so I never done it. That's why he reported to the police. And then at some point later, he's had this alleged breakdown and confessed to fucking murder. At some point afterwards. It's confusing, isn't it?
It's crazy. Crazy. But of all people, there's not many people with less credibility.
There's only lie detector tests because of what's went on, with the Winter Hill gang, the murder squad. With them all being Masons and what they get up to, with what went on, with these murder cases, there's only lie detector tests could sort it out.
Yep.
Only because of what's went on. They've messed about these cases in such a fucking way. It's unreal, man. There's loads of stuff I haven't talked about and can't talk about yet. But they've been up there with their cops. These cops that turn up a court for them. They even turned up at the police station, man, when I had a fight with them in the town centre. I've got to tell you, man, you should get the interviews. Right up until that point, I'm still defending the Searsies. I'm saying, when we're getting interviewed, I'm saying, no, it's not them. They haven't done this to me. And I tell the cops how I'd done it. It's on the interviews. I didn't know at that point, though, that the murder squad were now in their interview room defending them. Because this is after Friday night's murder trial. This is why we're fighting. Because of what come out in Friday night's murder fucking trial. I'm sat there listening to them, blaming us for different murders. And then the cops are giving evidence for them. So you've then got to look at what's been going on with these cases behind the fucking scenes, like, between the murderers and these cops. If the cops are going to court defend them and going to the police station to defend them. I know what went on between them, fucking armed robberies and all sorts. Same as what went on in London. But other people doing all that. But you've still got to ask, well, why are they going in and defending them, these cops? Murder squad. And all blaming me for these murders. And now they've got Cookie and Glover trying to paint a picture in public that one saying I've given the murder details and the other one saying he's asked me to commit perjury on the same murder. What? But we're not saying he's involved in it. What are you fucking saying? What are they fucking saying? Along with everything else behind them. They're all saying I've committed this murder. But I've sat my lie detector test already for Viv's murder.
It's crazy.
I'll say it again if I've got to. But now they're saying I've given them the murder details, aren't they? So I need to send a lie detector test to cover I didn't give them the details of the murder. Because the things that are uncovered in the report, like I've told you. I did cover it in the first murder lie detector test. But they haven't covered loads of stuff in the report. I even covered the Brian Cockrell offence, man. And none of that shit's covered. Well, it's sort of semi-covered.
So how many questions did you do in the lie detector?
But done an interview before on camera like this.
Yeah.
And it went on for well over an hour.
Is it?
And then when it goes on the lie detector machine, the said to us, have you told me any lies in that interview? That's how they cover it. I didn't realise that they'd done it to us.
Yeah, I didn't realise. That's crazy.
And that was a way of covering the whole conversation.
Jesus, yeah.
You know, and I covered all sorts.
Yeah.
That's why we need the film.
And so what's your feelings towards Terry Mullins now then? Obviously he hasn't been able to give
Well, me and him have had a dispute, obviously, about what's going on with Mahoney.
Yeah.
And we've fell out what did.
So remind us, just go back then. So obviously you and Mahoney were good pals, you were best man at his wedding.
But I've got any problem using Terry Mullins again.
And so what?
Anyway, that way.
Where did the fallout happen with you and Bernard? And then talk to me about where that went on.
Bernie O'Mahoney is the instigator of what went on at the Dave Courtney show.
Yeah. But why did you and him fall out? Because you obviously were close at one point.
I didn't trust him.
Yeah.
One iota. I thought he was a wrong one. I got him with my life. And I thought, fuck, why did I let him in? When it was too late. And that's what I done. And then he come back a couple of years later and says, I'm doing a documentary. Do you want to take a lie detector test for it, for the murders or not? And since I'm getting him out of my life, him and his fucking mate out of my life, my house have been raided off the cops time and time again, and they put me away for weeks. Terrible abuse of my kids. And that's the only reason I took a lie detector test. Stop the fucking raids on my house and the abuse that my family was getting put through.
Yeah, so
And I covered all that on the same lie detector test as well as the murders. All the raids that have been taking place on my house over the past few years. That's the only reason I've done it.
And so like you said, it was Bernard who sorted out the lie detectors with Mullins then. And
he sorted everything out. Wiley, what's Mullins saying?
No, that's what they said. That's what they're saying. Yeah, that's what they agree. And so,
Adam Mullins.
Sorry, yeah, and so you did that. You passed the lie detector, and then so what then transcended there with you and Bernard? Then it was then after that all the Courtney stuff you're saying.
No. I fell out with Bernard before then.
But you just still
2 to 3 years before then, I
Okay.
got rid of him out of my life, and
Yeah.
he come back to me saying, I'm doing a documentary show, do you want to take a lie detector test over the murders? And I agreed. Because of all the raids that have been taken on me place on my wife and kids during the period in between me getting rid of him and his mate out of my life and him coming back. My house had been raided every 6 months.
And so do the lie detector, like I said before, that actually sorted out all the raids.
So I've done the lie detector test with him.
Well, then what happened
in the
to you and
morning
Bernard
after the lie detector test, I sent my text saying fucking goodbye again. I didn't want out to deal with him. I didn't want out to deal with him anyway. I just let him do the lie detector test when he come back, and then I fucked him off the next day by text, no fuck off.
And have you and Bernard had any
And
correspondence since
then
then?
I went
over
up
the
to the police station and put a complaint in against all the raids that have been taking place on my fucking house over the past 3 years.
Yeah.
That's what I've done. And I tell the test out and I've just passed a lie detector test covering everything. And they didn't raid us anymore after that.
Well, it was a good thing doing it then, and that for that reason, wasn't it? Stop the harassment on you.
But then the armed cops started on us, didn't they? Just harassing us under the National Crime Agency's new rulings, where they said they were going to harass all the crime lords, top ones, and every way they could. Picked me and my older brother were the first two. 2.5 years they were sat outside the front door.
You're still controlling the northeast?
Pardon?
Are you still controlling the northeast?
I've never committed a crime for decades. It's just
No,
these folks. I think it's just the murder intelligence still, and everything that's going on around the murders.
Mm.
But I proved by on the same lie detector test with Teddy Mullins that I haven't committed any crimes for many, many years. And I said, not only that, not only do I not commit crimes, I keep a complete, clear conscience on all matters these days.
Fuck me, it'd be impossible to commit any crimes these days with the fucking...
That's the way it was when I took the lie detector test with Mullins.
Yeah.
That's what I want the video for.
Yeah, and obviously, so you've then since then tried to get the full video, but he's saying through GD, what did you say it was? Data protection.
I got Decker Haggy and John McCain to contact them.
Yep.
To ask them for copies of both the videos, both the lie detector tests, because I got told at the time they were kept for 10 years. And when Decker Haggy and John McCain contacted Teddy Mullins, the rules had changed. They only get kept for 6 years, and they'd been fucking wiped or whatever.
I think that is true.
So the only lie detector test video that's left in existence today is the second one, because that was done for a documentary, wasn't it?
Yes, the documentary people should still have it.
And Mahoney and them, and the documentary people. So last time I spoke to them, John McCain contacted them, and they didn't say they didn't have it. They said, "Oh, we'll have to take it out or something, or some shite."
Have you spoken to Bernard over the years at all of you?
No, I didn't want to speak to him neither.
Whatsoever.
What after what he done was at the Corny show.
Yeah.
I wasn't speaking to him anyway, man.
Yeah, so what he obviously did, you're saying, started a whole massive chain of events that's just caused years of terror for you.
Well, it's caused a lot of problems with me and my family, it did.
Yeah, so, Bernard's not someone you're looking to ever have any contact with
No,
again then?
no.
And so talk to me, what are you, what's the next step then? Like you said, it is just lie detector initially.
I'm going to do the cookie one first,
Yep.
just to get it out of the way. I'm sure that he's been lying all along. And then I'm going to do the Mahoney one. And after I've done the Mahoney one, we'll get on to Glover and everything else. But we'll do it all by lie detector test. So there's no fucking dispute, no arguments, no fucking about this time. I've already covered these things.
It's crazy though, this other side, they're pulling all your enemies out of the dirt, these lot. I'm surprised they haven't got Berryman back up and for new appearances. He'll be the next one in the next...
he's already up, isn't he?
Well, he has been before, but he'll be back again, you know.
No, you know that he's now I've got that paperwork on him. You'll not see him back on social media.
Yeah.
I've got the paperwork one where fucking he signed up the customs before I've even escaped, I think. That we went and met them at mental health. I'll show you. I've not shown you the statements where Benjamin signed himself up to customs before he took it.
Yeah, I think I put them up, didn't I? Yeah, I put them all up.
I
put them all up for the first interview 7 months ago we did.
was Ben Cops who collapsed that case too.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane story, wasn't it? That was all connected with the fucking
It's
escape.
Ben Cops up here. It's Ben Cops up here, graphing the system. That's what it was. And they're doing the drug dealing. They're fucking organising the drug lords through their informers. And if they could get their drugs in, fucking all the better.
They were trying to set you up for something a lot bigger, the big heroin thing, I believe. That's why they didn't mind you escaping and going off, fleeing across to Spain, and they're hoping Berryman get you wrapped up in some fucking heroin importation.
I'd have never deal with heroin, no. I stopped all the heroin in Newcastle. Even before I was on the run, I got into trouble. I should do my best to stop it. Everybody knows that. In fact, I've sat there, see as he's doing in my fucking sitting room, didn't I? And tell them, before I shake hands with them, that they would have to stop selling heroin. And when they agreed, they did. They fucking agreed. I didn't really want them to agree, to be honest, because I was on top of them and I'd battered them a couple of times. And then we're getting at people around us to have talk to us, and now like the day. So I went, as long as they stop selling that fucking smack. And they come round to my house, the two younger ones. I'm out in the front door and they were like, oh, what we arguing for? We're dad's friends. We are friends. Do you know what I mean? At the front door, sticking their hand to us.
Were your dad and their dad friends?
What the fuck? Was them who brought the crate twins, man.
Yeah,
it was my old man's firm who put them out the door.
Yeah, I remember.
So they were like, they never actually battled, right? But they weren't friends. There was a lot of distrust between them. You know what I mean? Is criminals gone in back in the day? Yeah, they were distrusted, just like the fucking crate twins were distrusted. Headed with the authorities and the cops and you name it, still to this day, man. They've got any shame of having it with the authorities. You know, it was a shameful thing back in the day, didn't it? Shameful. If you put old school, shameful. They've shameless cunts have had it with the authorities all their life, man. So sticking people in. Read back to that fucking granny. Part of that culture. Cockney culture. They weren't even Geordies.
It's not part of the Cockney culture. Don't try and
it definitely wasn't with the Geordie culture.
It's fucking not part of the Cockney culture either. I ain't the Cockney. You can't even put it down south.
Right.
You get wrong-uns everywhere. That's what
everywhere.
I'm not saying they're wrong-uns, but you get wrong-uns everywhere.
You get poor copy or you get more in some areas than you do others. So you do. Just like I was talking last night, they said, "Where's the roughest tune?" You said you've come across. I went Glasgow, because poor copy. Do you know what I mean? The same with the Cockneys, more fucking grasses. Seriously, that's just my view.
You know, the criminal
I'm not saying all grasses.
No, the criminal world.
I'm just saying more.
Absolutely, there's tons of them there. If people think that they're going to be getting into crime and no one's going to grasp them, their mates ain't going to grasp them, they're all that. They're living in a fallacy.
No, Cockneys were, man. I lost some good Cockneys. I was just on about poor copy or more. Yeah. That's all. Some great Cockneys, man. Fucking hell.
There's certainly a lot of grasses around. But talk to me about Brian Cockrell and them. So at certain points, like you and Brian were all right, weren't you? And on good terms. Were you ever pals with Brian and that? Like when did Brian?
I thought me and Brian were all right.
Yeah, because when did Brian? Because you told me he was the one who put you on to the fact that Berryman was a grass, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So he did you some favours and that.
Yeah.
And you were on good terms. Were you Cockrell friends back in the day and that? And you used to socialise or like?
After he come to court and I got it.
Yeah, so he came to court and
we were friends after that, me and Brian.
Yeah.
Forevermore. He's even been to see us since I come out of prison.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, he's on his podcast show saying what he's saying, but they're making a film now, you see. So I thought, what's going on? What's going on? They're making a film, and they're including me in it, that in the film. So I don't know what's going on.
You going to play yourself in the film?
No, I'm going to put them in the film.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So
hopefully they're going to paint you in a nice light.
But I've already covered that incident with the lie detector test with Teddy Mullins anyway.
Yeah, so it's just a shame with Brian and that. But what's the sort of state of Brian now? That he's not sticking to these things that you attacked him, is he, or did all this?
I don't know, and I don't care. I don't get involved with it. I just let them say what they want to say, and I don't get drawn into any tit for tat with them. Not with that incident, because like I've said before, I've been charged with it. So for legal reasons, I've got to be careful. So that's the reason I didn't talk about it.
Like I said, Brian has done you a couple of significant favours, pulling you card about Berryman, and then coming to court as well, and obviously withdrawing certain stuff as well. So it's a shame that
I don't know what's happened, to be honest. I didn't care. But all I know is we were speaking, we were friends.
Both had McIntyre.
And the next thing I know, he's on Mr. Humphrey's podcast show, saying what he was saying, and I just thought, you know what I mean? That's not right. Especially when I've faced charges all this before, from a legal point of view. Do you know what I mean? And then I thought it might just be for the film that they're making, to highlight, you know, that just because I know saying that the film's not a true story.
Oh, it's a fictional one.
The fictional one, no, it is. For whatever they're fucking saying. So anybody can complain with any stories they put in. But so maybe for that, for the film. I don't know, I don't care, and I didn't get involved with it for legal reasons. Let it lie the way it is.
Indeed. And so since last time we were up here as well, you've ended up falling out with Ed Burkett. You had Burkett wrapped round you, and so he's no longer wrapped round you.
Fucking got rid of the cunt, you mean, didn't he?
What happened there then?
Look at what happened to him.
So why'd you fall out? Obviously, you seem like you're really close over.
No, listen. That's why people are fucking getting it wrong. Me and him have never been fucking close, right? The only time I've spent with him is when it's been on camera. I've never ever spent any time off camera with him. Do you know what I mean? Not even a cup of fucking tea. I'll tell a lie, I had a cup of coffee when I first met him. That was off camera. But that's the only time. So I haven't spent 24 hours with him, and all the time I knew him. I didn't trust him. But, you know, you don't just fucking, you keep things in the back of your head, didn't you? And I certainly didn't trust fucking Ellis. And I tell him a number of times, keep that fucking Ellis away from my phone. Even though I wasn't distrusting him. Yep. I was saying, keep that fucking Ellis away from my phone. Because I just didn't know who he was or what he was up to. I couldn't find out. I've asked him. And they wouldn't do it. They just wouldn't fucking do it. So, and not blowing me fucking top on me live. I just went fucking leave him outside. I've told you a number of times, fucking didn't fetch him, yeah. He got unhappy about it and said something, didn't he? And it kicked off from there, really. But I wasn't really bothered because I wanted rid of him anyway. I wanted rid of the pair of them. It was perfect opportunity. Yep, get yourselves away.
Of course. All right, wow.
And I'd getting a letter off a pal of his a month earlier. Burger's pal, who knows the family well, telling us things about him as well. And I've had a few more letters since, emails.
So you've gone your separate ways.
He's worse than Dickie fucking Hickey.
You know, some accusation.
Well, he's been up a court for them. Dickie Hickey hasn't.
And so what's going on? Dickie Hickey situation?
I just let him crack on. Dickie Hickey should have just get himself away from YouTube, shouldn't he? You think with his past and the evidence, especially the tape recordings and the police recordings and his own recordings, his mum recordings, where everything that is in the public domain, you think he would have done one, wouldn't you? But no, he wants to still fight his fucking corner. And you know, he's the public will just not let him away with it, will they? There's too much evidence out there. He should have fucked off when I tell him to fuck off. From day one, get yourself away off fucking social media, because that's what all the people are chasing him for. Because he's using social media to get into more victims. Of course. That's why people won't leave him alone.
What do you think of his lips and his Botox? Though? He's looking good, don't he?
Well, I've been telling he's been asked to star on some gay films in America. Not seriously. And that's why he's been getting his lips and Botox done, ready for that side of it.
Fuck's sake, it's crazy, isn't it?
Mad, isn't it?
Absolute insanity.
Well, will he get a punch in the lips? And his false teeth gone through his Botox. You think he would have waited, wouldn't you?
Fucking those teeth, fucking, he struggles to talk properly with them in now, doesn't he? You don't know what they've done to him, these people. But
he really is a danger to society, him. Like, he will attack again, him. Mark my words. He will attack again. Can't stop himself.
So talking about other notable North East figures that killed, Lee Duffy. Did you know Lee?
Well, aye.
You did?
I was told up with Lee.
Yeah, and what was he like? Nice fella?
It's all right, Lee. Looked after me.
Good lad? Like game lad? This was big...
Well, game was out.
Was
game was a come, aye.
And so did you know about him prior to being in jail?
No, they just put me in prison for the first time in my life, I think it was. And you're standing at the door with your bedroll, and someone on the other side, right? I said, open the thing, so I opened it. Who are you? It was Duffy. They were towing us up with him. So we ended up spending a bit of time together.
And what, you sold up with him as well, were you?
Yeah.
And what was he like? Was he a hectic one, or was he a good cellmate? Was he right, was he?
I was brand new to the jail.
Did he?
The first day I didn't even know where you went for your dinner. So we're going to the surgery for what dinner they've opened up, all London. And these are about 5 in front of me, inmates. And I'm getting my first meal ever. And it's something with chips. And when they're serving chips in the fucking jail, they put a screw next to the fucking con with the fucking chips.
I know. It's
make sure
crazy. It's the worst job in the world trying to give acts. Everyone tries to put pressure on you.
No, I didn't realise this at this point.
Give me a couple more
chips.
chips.
So anyway, Lee's served, gets his chips and he moves on. And I'm about 5 behind him. And I sticks me tray out to get my chips. The screws stand next to the con, putting them on. And Lee said, just stop the queue, he went. It was a big cunt. He went, here, hoi, to the screw. And he looked at me and went, put an extra fucking tray of fucking chips on his fucking tray now. Hurry up. Like that though, with the screw. And the screw just looked at the inmate, man. And the inmate just put an extra tray on. So I thought, right, that's the way you talk to screws. To myself straight away,
Oh,
you know
no.
what I mean? That was my first day.
Yeah, that's not good.
That was my first vote. Right, that's how you treat the cuds.
And so that was your introduction to Duffy then.
Aye.
So he was in the good books from the first moment then.
Even when they brought him up, I need to fight Viv. They took him up the snooker club. Well, I was associated with. I didn't use the fucking place, but they've took him in the snooker club. And Lee went straight up to the owner and says, cause Lee knew that they took him in there for some reason. He knew fucking Paddy and his fucking mate he owns this place and Paddy uses the place. Before they took him there, and he went straight up to the owner. He went, yeah, I don't know why they brought me in here. He says, but if out kicks off while I'm in here, they need to have my fucking knee and Paddy. I wasn't even there. So that's what Lee done. As soon as he went in the snooker club where they went to Hillgang. And then when they left there, they went down to Viv's door at the big market. And then down to the Blues Club in Middlesbrough.
Mm.
That's what happened that night. So I didn't even see Lee when he was knocking about with them. But he still kept that, you know what I mean? And his wife's got letters from him in jail where he's been told up with us saying he respects me and that and blah blah blah. Because when he's told up with us, he must have been mentioning us. So I didn't have any chew with Lee, I know, you know.
And so you had nothing more to do with him, but you're on cool terms. You had no problem with him, and obviously, unfortunately, rest in peace, he came to.
He got killed for taking the Siazzies down to the Blues clubs, and it was causing trouble. And they were fetching him up here, taking him to their pubs. He'd only been up once or twice. And they were taking, he was taking them down to the Blues clubs. Well, it's like local people, you know what I mean? Old school people, and they didn't like outsiders coming in. They went to Hillgang on the boot, the Siazzies. And that's what caused that shit that night. Some of the winter Hillgang were Willie when he got killed, the Siaz gang. Watching the fight, watch him get killed, some of them. That's why he got killed, taking Newcastle people into the Blues clubs of Middlesbrough. Caused fucking, I don't know the words, but caused fucking animosity.
Yeah.
With the locals, it did.
But talk to me about other notable people you met during your sentences in jail. Obviously, you did a lot of time in the Cat A's, didn't you? So,
yeah, I done it all till the day I got out. I was Cat A.
And so you must have come across lots of infamous names
in
the times in the Cat A's. Talk to me about some of the people. Did you meet Kenny Noy in there?
No, didn't meet Noy.
What about the Essex? Did you ever meet
Mick and Jack?
Yeah, you were in there with them, did you?
Aye.
And what took mind?
I was in Belmarsh unit with Mick and Jack before they were convicted.
Did you get a chance to chat to them at all?
Aye, got to know them. Two nice kids. And then after they got convicted,
so they've only just come out. You know, just in the
both of
them. Well, I don't even know if Mick's got out. I know Jack's got out.
I heard Jack
Mick won't
out.
admit to it.
Right.
So that's why he's still in
Jack
jail.
admitted it just to get out.
I think so. That's what I believe. Yes.
Right. So a lot of them did because
Fucking
now they never get out. I know, man.
It's terrible. You know, the point where someone's still pleading their innocence at the point.
Otherwise, and then
they could get out if they didn't.
If they do, it's a system. It's a system.
Yeah.
But most people wouldn't just to get some life back. Admit anything. If you're never getting out, they're gonna keep you in there unless you do admit it. Just to get some life, a lot of people would admit it, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Well,
otherwise, you're never getting out.
Did you ever come across Kevin Lane?
No, so Bull did though.
I interviewed him previously, and he's obviously got done for
convicted
for murder, and he's still pleading his innocence today. Even Panorama did a documentary on him saying that there's so much corruption involved with Grass's corrupt police. You know what I mean?
I don't know about his case.
The criminals had corrupted the handlers, I think, and stuff like this. Since then, the handlers have been.
Is it Metropolitan Police?
Yeah, since then the handlers have been convicted of crimes themselves and gone to jail themselves. People who are controlling the case.
Well, you see what they won't do, that fucking Scotland Yard, you see what they won't do?
It was crazy, that one.
Just look what they done with Courtney when they set that bird up. It's the same cops who's getting investigated for Daniel Morgan's murder. And they've done Morgan, that's for sure.
Crazy, isn't it? Corruption.
Look, watch the Panorama documentary that they made on it. Come out and some of them were hiring hitmen to go and sit outside of our police stations to intimidate of our bent intelligence cops. local London hitmen.
Saw an Irish policeman just
That's on the Panorama programme.
Yeah, I've seen.
How crooked can you get? How fucking crooked can you get, man? I mean, I'm just telling you to see this lot up here who's working with the Winter Hill Gang. Need different. It's probably this lot who's fucking bent that a lot up that way. This is why I think it's this lot who have killed Daniel Morgan for Sid Filby. Because even the Home Office now, Sid Filby, head of the Metropolitan Police, was touting to get Daniel Morgan murdered. He's a Freemason. He's a Grand Master of 2 lodges. And the head of the Winter Hill Gang is a Freemason who was working for them at the time. Working for the Metropolitan Police. He admitted this in Bobby Stoker's committal.
You know, this sort of war going on, obviously, even back and forth, and even an internet-based war now with you and
internet arguments.
Yes, Winter Hill and all this sort of stuff. Do you think this
arguments?
Yeah. Do you think this? Well, war. Do you think it will ever end?
War.
Do you think this is your mission in life? Obviously, is this.
Well, it's murder allegations,
yeah,
and they're taking the public, not me. Yeah. They're putting Cookie on and Glover on. And say, who's seen that? I wasn't even on the internet when I put Glover on, man. I've been away for years.
Yeah.
So who's doing it? Is it me or them?
Well, yeah. I suppose you're just fighting back. I'm
just fucking fighting back. That's all I'm doing.
And you've done
defending
well,
myself.
You've done fucking well on your own with that backing. They've had a lot of backing from different platforms along the way, and like with you, no one's really wanted to jump onto the story. They're probably getting pressured. And so you've done well to get the following you gained, haven't you? And fucking still getting unbelievable amounts of your lives.
Well, the case just gets bigger, doesn't it? It's not just Fiv's murder, is it? It's Freddie Knight's murder. It's Kicker's murder. It's Michael Stone's murder.
You have got a solid fan base. That must make you feel happy that you've got a real good following, haven't you?
Aye.
You've got a lot of solid supporters.
People will get into the story and see what's went on. Yeah. Aye.
And that's good, isn't
it? Helps.
Yeah.
Some of them have got bigger followers, though.
Oh.
Do you know? Not will they have. But I'm happy with mine. Yeah. It's a foundation sort of thing.
And it's a hardcore following. For people who haven't been on Paddy's channel that are watching this, I'm sure most of you have, go onto his channel, link in the description, and he's on live most nights. Around 7, 8 o'clock, jump on and start watching. It's very good.
It's all about murders, present day murders, lie detector tests, people getting fitted up, bent cops. It's all fucking.
It's a story that you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, it's got some twists and turns in it. Only lie detector tests can sort out these murders. And because of what's went on with Northumbria Police and the Winter Hill Gang, the people behind the murders, I see every single person involved in these cases should be lie detected. You know, like do in America.
You say lie detectors is the only way to sort it. Your so-called enemies, the Winter Hill, they did a lie detector.
They'll never take it.
Well, one of them took a lie detector.
Well, yeah. for these murders.
No, but talk to me about the lie detector that he did. Do you think it was only because it's controlled questions, or he just handpicked, manipulated it?
He manipulated it, aye, for sure.
You need to have other people who put the questions to, and yeah, it was the wrong questions he got asked.
Well, I've got paperwork proving that the work for Nancy's, legal paperwork, that I received when I was in prison from a barrister involved in a Crown Court case. It's a full correspondence between him and their solicitor.
For people who don't know, what is NEMSIS?
National Criminal Intelligence Service, NCIS.
NCIS, yeah.
And this barrister named 2 of Viv's killers is agents working for NEMSIS. And I got a copy of that letter of someone in prison. And I sent a copy of that letter up to Franklin, to the Winter Hill Gang members themselves, asking them, what's all this about? And when they knew I had a copy of it, they sent it to their solicitor, and they got their solicitor to contact the solicitor who wrote this letter and asked them what's going on. And there's a lot of correspondence between the 2 solicitors and battling going on. But the solicitor is naming Fiv's murderers as agents working for Nancy's, and he challenges their solicitor to sue him if he's wrong.
Yeah, so Paddy just dashed out to do some work. He's got some workers here today. So what's the state of the place at the moment, Paddy? Looks like you've done a lot of progress on it since I was here last time. You're going to be in the cottage soon?
Well, soon, hopefully. Still got a bit of work to do.
It's going to be fucking nice, isn't it? This place could be absolutely incredible, couldn't it?
This place is fucking heaven. It's beautiful.
You get it all where it's nice cottage here, and it's paradise.
There's just the location alone, by the river. There's a 2-bedroom cottage for sale further along on the riverside like this, but not as beautiful as this. They want 695,000. 2-bedroom cottage. It's a location. And the beauty.
100%. So we've got. I did ask the viewers any questions they'd like to have you asked, and so someone has asked, this is probably quite an obvious one, but who would you like to see lie detected, and what questions asked specifically? And rather than 100, just like a couple, like, so if it was just say 3 questions per person. Like,
I've never thought with this one. Like, I'm not asking anyone to be lie detected on, to be honest. I'll just take my own lie detector tests and not get involved in any of that. But I'll take lie detector tests for whatever.
And then someone.
Do you know what I mean? I've already took my lie detector tests once. I'll take them again if I've got to.
Yeah, no, Paddy has not shied away from it. So it's only Cookie that's run away from it since I got in touch with the people.
I'm still going to do mine for what Cookie's saying.
We're going to get it.
Because he went in the public domain and said it now. So along with Glover, and along with the Winter Hill gang, there's a lot of people pointing the finger at me for this murder, isn't there? Hey man, if it wasn't for a lie detector test, I'd be fucking charged now. On all their evidence, I'd be charged now with one for that lie detector test.
It's crazy. And someone's asked, would you do a lie detector test for the Cockerel attack? You've said that that was actually...
I've already covered it.
That was covered in the first one. We just need to get the video.
Aye.
And then people will be able to see that. So yeah,
that's
guys.
Right.
Someone else asked, this is a little bit of a strange one. Would you go to the European Courts of High Justice about all the Prince of Darkness unsolved murders to try and get...
Well, that doesn't make sense. What would you go in there for?
We're
not even in Europe, no.
No.
Anyway, as well. And you didn't take things like that to the European courts, do you? You take them things to the police station, don't you?
Of course. And then someone else has asked, why don't you go to the Prince of Darkness farm with a cadaver dog and a dog's like the trained handler of the dog? So I'm guessing these cadaver dogs must be ones that can smell dead bodies.
Well, they've been up looking for bodies, haven't they, already?
I've seen, like, because I put it up when you were talking about it before, the pictures of the people where they were in there digging it all and all
yes,
sorts of
when
stuff.
I was searching for Janet Brown's.
I don't know if you ever watched the thing.
I have, aye.
Yeah, I put all the clips of the news articles.
That was before they realised how many bodies there's there, though.
Yeah, but they were digging it up, like, trying to do a lot of digging the first time.
Tried to, but they had the ground penetrating equipment, but they said the rough terrain was... The terrain was too rough. They did find 5 cars buried.
Yeah, and so remind us, what would you do ideally if, with the permission of the landowners, if you had money wasn't an issue? Would you just go in there and dig the whole thing up, or would you go
not
down these
really
shafts?
40 acres, man. You'd have to know where they were. But some of went down the shafts. So there's a good chance there could be bones or.
So the first thing you'd just check is the shafts.
Yeah.
And there's too much land, so without.
Listen, nice. He had that digger on the digger on the farm.
Yeah, without Don revealing where it is, he's never coming out. He's ill. He's old. He's.
That's right.
Away forever.
He's never getting parole.
What's he got to lose at this point? You know. So yeah, so that's what you think. Without, there's no point even going there and starting it. It's just a rabbit hole unless we can get Don to reveal where this stuff is.
Where all the bodies are buried.
Yeah.
Aye.
And potentially, how many bodies do you think could be there?
Oh, I think easily 20.
20 bodies.
Fucking very easily. With this film.
Yeah,
even tried to get me up there a few times, man.
Yeah, you never fancy going up
How
there
many
for a
people
drink?
have went up there and never returned? Gordon Warren was one of them. That's for sure. The police even know that now. The day they convicted Don of killing Janet Brown, they went round to Gordon Warren's daughters and said, "Wait, we'll suspect Don's killed your dad." They found Gordon Warren's car on his farm. And when they've said to Don, "Where's Gordon, Don?" He's went, "Oh, he just left his car, yeah, he got picked up at the gate." Yeah.
Crazy. And someone else has asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, I didn't think it would think do that.
Day-to-day basis at the moment.
I just got these battles on, I just deal with these battles and I'll see where I am at the end of them.
So fast change, but hopefully the cottage will be fully built up, both cottages, and this place, my God, you're sitting on a gold mine here, so hopefully you can have it all set up and make yourself some money. You have a load of little fishing things down the river.
Yeah.
Charging
make a living from it, I mean.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it? And there's no reason why not. You've got it all here for you, isn't it? So.
The future, all going well.
And this one from me, I'm going to see Anna this afternoon, as you know. Any questions you think Anna needs to be asked? Or
Do you think Paddy was manipulating you? Things like that. Of course I'm not. People want to take it into account that it's me being accused of these murders, so I think they're getting blinded by the fact that, you know, all these people who do come on the internet and make these accusations. They're just backing up the Winter Hills story on this murder. But at the end of the day, listen, you see what they've done to the family. They've moved in on the family, man. The murderers have moved in on the Connelly family. One of them actually got a bent, and one of them knew. So what they've done, they moved their straight in on the daughters, etc. Gone to Anna's birthday parties, and one of them stayed with one of the daughters, had Ben with her, one of the accused, in Glover's confession.
And
that's cold, isn't it?
Terrible. You know the Viv.
If they're ever convicted of killing Viv, and then they look at what they've done. That's cold, isn't it?
Fucking horrific.
But they would never be viewed as cold unless they were convicted.
But you know the Viv case. Do you think, is that still open? Do murder inquiries stay open forever?
Where are they?
But they just. No one's actually running the case. It's just in case some evidence comes up.
Well, it's in the newspapers every year, so they raise it every year in the local papers. So somebody's doing something with it, isn't they? That's the same. Every old murder case, man, they never shut. They just wait for something new to crop up before they pick the paper back up. But with Viv's case, it's in the newspapers every fucking year. It's never went away.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy even at the moment now in the YouTube era. It's being spoken about more than ever right at the moment, and that's obviously probably what's made Anna come out and start talking, because over the last few years, people talk about it. Everyone's talking about it all the time.
People have been convincing Anna over the years it's the Conroys who have killed Viv, and the reason the Conroys are getting the blame is because the Winter Hill gang has made it look like it's the Conroys in a number of ways, fucking ways.
Do you ever think there will Viv's case will be solved and Anna will get justice and the rightful people will get convicted? Do you think that at this point?
Only if the Dave Courtney show matter that I've gone gets solved, then there's a possibility.
The chances of this, you think?
Pardon?
The chances of this happening? Slim.
No, I think it's a possibility. If my thoughts is right. But I lost my family due to that case. And as far as I'm concerned, if I don't get that investigated, what went on with my family at the Dave Courtney show, because I'm blaming the Viv Graham murder inquiry for why that was done to me. They were just trying to cause shit between all the murder suspects. And that's what it did, didn't it? Between them all the murder suspects, caused fucking shit. But it cost me my fucking family. And as far as I'm concerned, my family and what went on there needs investigated. I've tried to get it investigated a number of times. Police have refused to investigate it. So, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm not getting any justice, Nico Nelson's getting any fucking justice.
Of course.
They want to remember I'm the one getting the blame for these murders, don't they? Everybody's pointing a finger at me for these murders.
Mm. And you're looking forward to seeing the film when it comes out?
Which film?
The film.
Fucking having a laugh on you.
And,
I wouldn't even watch it, but I might have watched it for a laugh.
Comedy purpose.
But at least know that admitting it's not a true story, it's a fictional story.
Indeed.
So, you know.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty much it for today. Obviously, thank you very much for the opportunity again, and obviously we'll catch up with you very soon, and this time I will write to Don, and we'll be back up in a couple of months' time and see where we're at. But yeah, thank you very much, my friend.
Well, I'll still do the cookie.
Yeah, I'll get that
arranged. Get it arranged.
I've already been in touch.
And I'll do the way it's done and dusted. You don't have to like pussyfoot to run cookie any further. You're nice fucking line then.
Yeah, like I said, I've been in touch with the people. They've got a Newcastle office as well. It's a proper legitimate one. I'll show you in a minute. You can check them all out.
And after we've done the Dave Courtney line, you test matters we'll get on to Glover, come to my front door, that cover that, and other things to do with his murder.
Yeah. All right, perfect. Well, yeah,
But
guys.
only then, no. After we've dealt with the Courtney thing.
Yeah, do one thing at a time, innit? That's the only way to do it, isn't it?
I've been trying to do it for a long time. I just keep getting stopped.
So much stuff comes up along the
Well,
way.
this is my priority.
And there's so much distraction techniques. And like you say, like, what's worse, the criminal world?
This is so deeply personal. World? This is so deeply personal. That it's my priority. You know, before anybody else's fucking matters. That was my family. Mm. And that's the end of the matter.
Yeah, of course. You're obsessed with clearing.
And I want the people responsible.
Held responsible, yeah.
Oh, aye, that's right. I want to do that, and the public who've done it, and how it come about to clear my name as well. Because of what else it's done. It didn't only cost us my family, cost us my reputation. So I need the truth out there just to clear that side of it too.
Yep.
Then we'll start with some lie detector tests proving that Mahoney's a fucking liar. And we'll take it from there.
Of course.
But if you haven't that video or what proves him a liar as well. So
well, hopefully you get your justice and we can start digging towards it, you know. So
well, we'll see. I'm not holding me fucking breath.
Of course. Alright, perfect. Well, yeah, thank you very much.
Hey, bye. See you later.
Nice.